Hello, everyone. You are welcome once again to today's lesson. And in today's lesson, the first part is going to be a short one. We are going to look at the solution to the assignment that was given in lesson 2, okay, of binomial probability. And the assignment is exactly what you can see on your screens. Okay, an unbiased coin is tossed 7 times. Find the probability of obtaining A, 7 tails, B, exactly 6 tails, C, at least 1 head. Okay, so you know, per experience, at the normal circumstance, I've told you, you were supposed to subject the experiment that you have here through the binomial experiment conditions. Okay, before you realize or make a decision that this satisfies all the 4 conditions, therefore you can use the binomial probability function. But now we are experienced, just by looking at the question, we are able to predict, okay, or identify that the question is what binomial probability function question, so we can deal with it. So what do? Major question normal must be written. Okay, then you quote the general formula or function, binomial probability formula or function. So that is what is quoted here, because you know you will need it. And you come and state the values of what, of the parameters in the formula or function. So here, remember, you are starting a sentence. So this shouldn't be a small b, it's supposed to be a capital B. So I'm addressing some of the concerns, okay, that came to bear from your presentation as well. So take note. Okay, so your n is the number of fixed trials or number of trials. So 7. Your p is the probability of success. And remember, I said for the success, you are supposed to pick the outcome, okay, that you are regarding as a success. And if you look at this, you can see that, please, with this one, this is what you are supposed to do. And this is an extra information that I'm giving you, okay, so that whenever you are presenting your solution, you will know that this is the matured way to go. I think one of you, okay, if not more, okay, but the person that I remember did exactly what was expected. And I will ask why the person did that, whether it was by instinct or it was based on a certain informed decision. Okay, so with this, okay, you can see that all along we've been taking head, okay, as our success. Okay, so most of you, okay, took head as your success. That's okay. Okay, only that immediately you do that, I will know that you are not privy to a certain information. Okay, and the person who did exactly what was expected of you, that I remember, there could be more. Okay, Akosia, why didn't you use head as what, as the success, but rather what, tail as the outcome that you considered as your success?
Mr. Ekman, I realized that the tails were like a lot in the question, the A and the B. So to make it quite straightforward, I decided to use the tail as the success because the head is just one.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so please, okay, that is supposed to be what you are also supposed to do. Okay, anytime a binomial probability question is given, check. Okay, though you are at liberty to pick any outcome as your success, any outcome as your failure, check the question. Okay, and look for the outcome that appears most in the question. You can see that here we have 3 questions. Okay, you have tail outcome here, however, head outcome. So it means here it will be convenient for you to label your tail, okay, as the success. In the sense that if you label tail as your success, okay, then it means it is only this C that you will change from your failure to your success. However, if you label head as your success, you realize that you have to change this one to your success, which will be in terms of your failure. This becomes failure and you have to change. So with this one, if you take head, you will do the change how many times? If you take head as your success, you do your change how many times? Twice. Do you agree with me? You will change this one to success, which will be head, change this one to. It is this one, this will automatically be in terms of. So that's why I said it will be convenient for us to take tail as what? As the success. Is my point well made? Hello, my professor, is my point well made?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Very good. So on that note, I'll write tail here as my success. Okay, so, and I know the probability of, and I've told you, always fix your success. Okay, don't write just P is equal to 1 over 2. Okay, if you write P is equal to 1 over 2, I wouldn't know which outcome you are regarding as your success. And so far, I've never done that. I've told you, always let us know your success because it will guide us through your solution. Please take notes. Okay, so on that note, Q will be equal to 1 minus P, which will also be half. Then you come to A. And A, what are we dealing with? Okay, you are finding the probability of obtaining 7 tails. So it will be therefore P 7 tails. Okay, which we know because tails directly in terms of our success, it means we can write it in terms of x. So it will be P, okay, x is equal to 7 because our success will be equal to 7. And there is no, we can say that I have never written x is equal to 7 tails. X is equal to 7 hairs. No. X, we know that 7 that we have is x is equal to small x. The x that we have is representing your number of successes. And here your success, because tail is your success, you have 7 of them. And I never attach 7 tails here. I have never done that. Okay, I'm talking about attaching tails, attaching head to this when I write the probability function. Okay, it is this one that you can attach your outcome. Okay, but when you bring in the x, there shouldn't be any tails or any head attached to the 7 here. Is that clear? The person, you know yourself. Okay, so I'm addressing your concerns like that. So at this point, you know you are good to go. So this will be equal to, we know the function, we know x, we know whatever. And even if you like, you can come and attach, okay, x is equal to number of successes if you like, okay, of successes. But we all know that the X will vary from one question to the other. So that's why I said you can see that so far in my presentation I have never done that. Okay, so but that doesn't mean if you do it, you'll be marked down. So let me write the X well. It's looking like my N. Okay, so now what do we do? This will give us, okay, 7 combination. Our x is also 7. Then half to the power, okay, 7. Then half to the power, okay. Okay, it will be 7 minus 7, and that will give us 0. Okay, you do it mentally. Please take note. Is my point well made?
Yes, please.
Okay, so this will give us 7 combination. 7 will give us 1. Okay, so if you like, you can choose to write it or not. Okay, then this will also give us 1. So in effect, I know I'm going to write it just for explanation. So it will be 1, okay, times, let me write it well. So 1 times, 1 over 2 to the power 7 is what? 1 over 128.
Yes.
Okay, so that will give us 1 over 128. Okay, then times half to the power 0 will also give us 1. So in effect, we are going to get 1 over 128 as our final answer. Is my point well made, my professors?
Yes, please.
Okay, so on that note, we can move on to B. So B equally becomes trivial. B, what are we looking for? Therefore, okay, P, and we are looking at probability, and this P is a capital P. Okay, probability of what? Of obtaining exactly success. So P exactly, okay, tails rather. Okay, and we know this is in terms of our success. Okay, because we took tail as our success, and that will give us P. So you can use the X here. So X is equal to us. Okay, 6. Okay, so on that note, this will be equal to, okay, 7 combination 6. Okay, then 1 over 2 to the power 6. Okay, then you get, oops, okay, 1 over 2, okay, to the power 7 minus 1. That's your n minus x, and that will give us 1. So in this case, we are going to get 7 combination 6 is what? Is 7. Am I right? Okay, so you get 7 Then
Yes,
this will give
please.
us 1 over 2 to the power 6 will give us, oh, please, is this something that you've done? So you know the values of head. You should be able to tell me. I want the class to be interactive. So let's go.
164.
1 on 64. Okay. Then this will give us what? Half. Okay. Half to the power 1 will give us half. So in effect, we are going, you use your calculator to do this. You get 7 on what? 128. Okay. Then C. Okay. What are we dealing with? Okay. Therefore, what are we finding? We are finding P at least what? 1 head. Okay, so here we can see that what we have there is given in terms of our failure. Head is now a failure. Okay, so if you like, you can directly take it towards your success. Or whenever you see at least one, remember I told you there is a special relation for it in the video or in the lessons I told you. So this will be equal to, I'm using that one first before I do the one that will give us the change directly. So I know this will give us 1 minus P. Okay, so at least 1 will mean 1 minus P none, and none what? Head. Okay, so it means 0 head or no head. Okay, so no head, which you all agree is the same as 0 head. So it means this will be equal to 1 minus P no head. No head is the same as what? How many tails, which is your success. You now take this, okay, in terms of your success. So that will give us 7 tails. Am I right? Hello, my professors. I hope you are following.
Yes,
Hello.
please.
Okay, so now this will be equal to 1 minus. Remember, we've already done 7 tails. I think that was the first question. Yes, A. So we can infer. So it's 1 minus 1 over 128, which in effect will give us what? 7 over, okay, 128. So that will be it for this particular one. If you wanted to change, okay, or if you change directly from this one to its corresponding success without using the relation, because here we use the relation before coming to change this one to the corresponding success. Okay, so let's do that one up to a point then. Okay, so that one to the alternative approach. Okay, again, we are looking at what? Therefore, P. Okay, at least one head. If you change directly, we are going to get, okay, at least one. Remember in the video, we said at least. Okay, if you want to change directly, at least becomes what? At most. Am I right?
Yes,
Okay, so at most, okay, you subtract this one from the total, so it will be 6. And you change this one towards the tail. Okay, so 6 tails. So which we know will be equal to, at most means, okay, we are looking at that is the ceiling. So this in terms of the inequality will give us, okay, x is what? Less than or equal to 6. Am I right?
yes, please.
Okay, so here we look at the direction. Okay, if you follow the original direction, you will do s is equal to 0, s is equal to 1, s is equal to 2, s is equal to 3, 4, 5, and 6. So obviously look at the workload. Okay, so let's look at the other direction. You know it's up to 7. The other direction, you will do 7. Okay, but because you are following the opposite direction of your original inequality, the 7 must be subtracted from what? From 1. So it means this will be equal to 1 minus probability of what? X is equal to what? 7. Okay, which is exactly what we had here when you use the relation directly. Okay, so you can see that, okay, you have 2 steps away, okay, from your answer. Okay, and I realize that most of you, if not all, you didn't infer. Okay, especially when you got here, you decided to use the function again. It's something that you've done already. So just infer. So with this one too, you just infer and you get 1 minus 1 over, 1 over 128, which will give us what, 7 over 128. Okay, and there is no need for you to underline your answers. Okay, you just use it to draw your conclusion. Is my point well made? Any questions? Are we all fine, my professors? Point well made. Okay, so Prof. Akosia,
In fact, ma'am, is 1 minus 1 over 128 is
it's
127.
127, forgive me. 127, forgive me. How did I write that? Okay, so 127. Thanks for drawing my attention to that. Okay, this was too trivial. 127. Okay. Then the other one too will be 127. Hey, and you
Yes.
didn't draw my attention to that. Wow. Okay, so 127 because this one will be 128 minus 1. Okay, so 127. Okay, so let me quickly clear that as well. Okay. Hey, you people, are you sure you are with me? So far, I think it's only Akwesua who is following. The rest of you are not. If you could not draw my attention to, okay, this trivial one. Okay, so that's okay. Okay, so thank you very much for your time. God bless us all.